So obviously this sounds quite intricate. Where obviously the cops are kind of the bad guys and so on. Are there many shows on the BBC where the police officers are shown as negative or as hashtag bad guys as such?
There are shows where there are inside jobs. The new season of, I can't remember the name of it. You showed us the first episode.
Line of Duty.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were people who were working in the Metropolitan Police, I believe, who were committing crimes, and so it's not anything revolutionary. But I think there will be points hammered down by Roger and Soraya, sorry, that Mark still can be trusted. So I think it will still seem like a big turning point, and it won't seem as much as someone of the police force committing the crime. It will seem someone is in that family committing the crime.
Okay. Now I know you've got, obviously, as a diverse cast, if you went down that road and you had John Boyega, because it's called The Hanging Tree and obviously the history of slavery and obviously hanging, how would you get past people obviously connecting those two? How would you say that it's not related to sort of American sort of racism and so on, it's just a way of killing people? How would you get around that possible controversy?
Well, maybe it would have to be something to be changed if necessary, but I think there could be an easy fix. It could be included in the story, really, because it's not going to be something to hide very easily, and I think the three of our diverse cast are very charismatic and would be able to pull off that script change.
Now you said it's 11 something, 11:35, whatever time it was, 11 o'clock. Now that's quite late, right? Even something like Killing Eve is probably on about 10 o'clock. Most shows, are at 9 o'clock after the Art Watershed. So why so late? Because I'm concerned that you're going to lose a lot of viewers just because they're tired or go to work. Why so late? You didn't quite clarify that.
Well, I think with a show going on at 9 or 10, it's not the last thing they do. They watch the show, they relax for a little bit more, and it's never the thing they think about. Whereas if it's the last thing they do, then they go right to bed after maybe brushing their teeth, so they have time to think about the show. And it's going to be something that they think about when they're going to bed, something they're going to dream about, it's something that's going to be in their mind for the rest of the day.
All right, so obviously being the BBC as the client, could I push you to make it more 10 o'clock rather than 11?
I think that would be feasible. I don't think the fact that it's 11 o'clock is intricate to the fact, or intricate to the show, or important, but
Okay.
it's just a personal preference, really.
Now you've gone for obviously one American who's an actress. So who is the lead actor again?
Michael Cera.
Yeah, that's right, Maya. So two American actors. Why two American actors in essentially a British show? Why not British actors? It sounds a bit weird. Why? I kind of say maybe one, but why two?
Well, I was going with the story that Dakota Blue Richards, who's playing Soraya, goes to the US at a fairly young age, so early teens, to study. And that's what really ends up ruining her relationship with Mark in the first place. And so she's gained an American accent from that, obviously not completely, and it's been shown that Dakota Blue Richards can pull off a good English accent, with the same case with Michael Cera, as he's just shown before that he can pull off a convincing British accent.
Okay. Could I, in your feedback, could I ask you to think about some British actors as an alternative, just to add in there as well? Okay, I think that's fine. One last thing, you said million, obviously, pounds for the show. Obviously, if you had lesser known actors, two things, obviously it'd be cheaper, but also you could identify the characters as those actors or actors as those characters. So it wouldn't be better to choose unknowns, and in terms of money, it would help bring the cost down. Would that be a way to go?
It would bring the cost down, but I think the fact that these actors that we're using are so well known would bring more viewers to the show, which would pay off, pay off the heavy price.
So you're thinking easy to market because obviously you've got some stars who are known, I understand. Thank you very much, that's great.